It's nothing. What counts is resources. The next thing you brought up to believe in, maybe if we elected ethical people in the government all over the world, we wouldn't have the trouble. Even if you succeeded in electing the most ethical people in the world, you got them out of church, wherever you want from. Absolutely ethical. If you ran out of resources, be lying, cheating, stealing, and robbery. Do you understand that? So it isn't ethical people that we need. Ralph Nader is very ethical. I asked him, what would you do for this, that, the other? He had no idea. A nice guy, by the way. Not corruptible. He won't take money. But he doesn't know what to do. Your congressmen, all of them, know nothing. They don't know what to do. That's why they make laws. Don't say no to drugs. That's infantile type stuff. Has nothing to do with anything. So congressmen, they say, well, what are you going to do about the crowded freeways? Well, we'll build more freeways. Well, it's really, they don't know what to do. I'm going to tell you what to do. First of all, it isn't money that people need. It's access to the necessities of life. Is that right?
Yes.
They need access to universities, education, without having to pay or owe money.
Yeah, but then to get to they need access to life and necessities, wouldn't it?
I couldn't hear you.
When you said that they need access to life and necessities,
yes.
Don't they just need access to intelligence, just to know exactly how to get said necessities?
You mean, how do we build that up?
Yeah, how do you just say, go out and do this?
Okay, that's another question. Okay, I'm just telling you what people need now. The other question is, we have to visit all nations and present the Venus Project to them and invite their participation in this concept. Declare all of the Earth's resources the common heritage of all the world's people. After all, where did England get all that land? They took it by force and violence. They were called conquerors. If they lost, they were thieves. You know, that's where Rome, France, England became great nations, because they took over the surrounding little nations. You understand that? Okay. Once they did that, they worked for their own interests. The UN has nothing to do with the benefit of humanity. Has a what's in it for our nation if we join, or watch out if any other nation tries to take advantage, the other nations theoretically can stop them. So all nations need clean air, clean water, arable land, nutritious food, and a relevant education. So we invite them to join the United Nations toward a common global direction, namely the restoration of the environment and upgrading all human beings to their highest potential without a price tag. We have more than enough resources. I'm going to try to prove it to you. When World War II came into existence, U.S. was broke. It was a depression. Didn't have the money. So we sent Lindbergh to Germany. We sent him there because he was received well, but to observe what's going on in Germany. He came back and said the Germans are turning out 3,000 planes a month. We had 600 first-class fighting airplanes in good condition. The rest were obsolete. So we couldn't go to war at the time. We had to wait till we updated our equipment. So agents of the government went to Northrop Aircraft Company and Douglas and Boeing and said, we want you to double the size of your factories because we're going to be building a lot of airplanes. And they said, and when the war ends, what do we do with those big factories that we doubled? Well, the government said, well, we'll pay for it. So they use American money, the taxpayers' money, the people's money, to extend 65% of all American industry paid for by you. They didn't pay for it. After the war, they gave it to them for 3 cents on the dollar. We owned all the production methods in America, the public, and they gave it to them. put 2 cents, 3 cents, and 1 cent on the dollar. They gave away the public thing. Then they said we need aluminum. You have to look this up on the internet. All the housewives brought their aluminum pots to centers and donated them. Did they cut the price of airplanes? No, nothing. We pay the same amount. Today, we pay $1 billion for airplanes. They're very expensive. And every year you have to update them. And the war industries make a lot of money. Only if they were owned by the government, by you, would there be no profit in war. I don't think there'd be war if you took the profit out. We are fighting for oil, not to bring democracy there. We don't even have it here. Would you mind getting me a glass of water? Thank you.
You're going to have to start all over again when these people come.
Glass of water. Thank you. So I just want to tell you things I didn't think you knew. And if you know the same things I went through, then you say there's something wrong with the culture. Well, what would the culture be like? Would it be controlled by scientists? No. We do a global survey of all the world's resources. That will tell us and the condition, the physical condition of all the people in the world. Tuberculosis, AIDS, cystic fibrosis, heart disease. That tells us, after the global survey, that tells us how many hospitals we need. After the global survey, we know whether we got enough concrete and enough steel to build schools all over the world. You understand what I mean? So it's a global survey that gives us the parameters of design, not someone's opinion. You don't build a school or an airport. First you do a survey, see what you got. How many hospitals? I don't know. After the survey, we know. Now, here's how the country is run. Let me pull this out of the way. And if you don't understand this, you have to let me know you didn't get it, okay? These buildings have to do with public health. Public health means nutrition, medicine, surgery, taking care of the environment, everything. To get good nutrition, you can't grow carrots on exhausted soil. They'll be deficient in keratin. You understand what I mean? So, this has to do with public health. The whole of public health. This, if you work here, you can live here, look, if you choose to. You don't have to, you can live any place, but it's convenient.
Right.
This is access to books, free, like a public library. Before the public library, people fought against it. They said if you give them books for nothing, they wouldn't buy books. That would hurt the book business. Well,
do you think all books should, do you think books should be continued to be printed on paper? I mean...
No, I don't. I'm just telling you this story. So, the kids, once they got the library in, people read a little bit and they bought more books than ever because they knew more. So they were wrong about that. So here we have a camera center where any citizen that can go in and check out a camera, any kind of camera, just like the public library. So if a kid comes in, say 11 years old, we say, do you know how to use this type of camera? He says, no. We show them how. Then we say, what do you want to do? The kid says, I love animals. Well, bring back the camera, take care of it as best you can, and bring back the photographs and we'll instruct you in light and shade and all that. Here, any musical instruments available, anybody. It's just like a library. That's the end of most crime. Theft. If you live near a waterfall of drinking water, which is absolutely essential for life, no one steals it.
Can I actually ask you a question on the as far as crime? I do actually believe by eliminating scarcity that you can eliminate most crimes.
Most, yeah.
What about sexually based crimes? Do you believe that there is, in fact, a way to eliminate that?
Yes. Let me describe it. Take Jeffrey Dahmer. You know who he is?
Yes.
You?
Yes.
Okay. Before Jeffrey Dahmer, there was Albert Fish.
Right.
He ate 45 children. The public wanted to tear him to pieces. One succumbed. The rest was